Our Energy, Transport, and Communications Infrastructure Development Program embraces ambitious green commitments and explicitly pursue ecologically responsive climate resilience and environmental sustainability as integral parameters of progress. We have found many partners for our green agenda and investors, as well as other development partners, to complement our efforts to mainstream and institutionalize green investment. Our sense of urgency in this matter is informed by reports from the United Nations Environmental Programme, UNEP, that to fulfill the SDG by 2030 and the net zero aspirations by 2050, the world must invest approximately US $6.9 trillion annually in the necessary, sustainable, resilient infrastructure. On trade, the combined population of COMESA member states at 580 million, with a GDP of US $768 billion, is a tremendous opportunity. The potential for intra-COMESA trade is simply enormous, and the demand for value-added products is bound to keep growing well into the future. Value-adding offers higher returns, incentivizes industrialization, enhances productivity, deepens technological advancement, increases high-quality jobs, bolsters wealth creation, and promotes competitiveness. There is a very strong case for us in COMESA to shift away from primary production, especially of agricultural commodities, to industrial manufacturing across all sectors. I listened to you, Mr. President, and you spoke to this subject. We cannot continue as a continent to be a continent that exports primary products. Our contribution as a continent to international trade is only 3%, in a case where we contribute close to 18% of the world population at the moment. Our intra-Africa trade is only at 17%, while others, whether it is in Europe, it is at 70%. In Asia, it is at 60%. In other areas, it's at 40%. In Africa, it's only at 17%. It speaks to the huge opportunity that we have for intra-Africa trade, and that is why I agree with you that we should eliminate the borders that act as barriers for trade, for movement of people, for movement of goods, and for movement of services. As I thank President Sisi, I also take this special moment to extend my warmest congratulations and Kenya's best compliments to the President of Zambia, the incoming chair of COMESA Authority. I recognize and appreciate his continued devotion to the effective integration of our region. I also commend him for offering to host the 22nd COMESA Summit. The Africa Union's Agenda 2063. Thank you very much, Mr. President, for welcoming us, and congratulations on the assignments that have been given to you today by COMESA. As I thank President Sisi, I also take this special moment to extend my warmest congratulations and Kenya's best compliments to the President of Zambia, the incoming chair of COMESA Authority. I recognize and appreciate his continued devotion to the effective integration of our region. I also commend him for offering to host the 22nd COMESA Summit. The Africa Union's Agenda 2063. Thank you very much, Mr. President, for welcoming us, and congratulations on the assignments that have been given to you today by COMESA. Travel and tourism contributes US $20.8 million to the economies of COMESA, member states, representing 42.5% of our total service exports, translating to 9% of our GDP and accounting for almost 10% of total employment. Even at this level of contribution, there remains huge untapped potential for tourism in our region, which demands an integrated approach. To exploit this potential, we must pay closer attention to existing tourism market opportunities, especially in terms of such niche tourism sectors as in agriculture, construction, education, fishing, manufacturing, sports, creative art, transport, utilities, and other services. I say this as somebody who has sampled some of the tourism opportunities in our continent. I think it was 2017, I came to see the mighty Zambezi, Livingstone. I stayed in Livingstone for a week, and I can confirm that Zambia is amazing. I was in Namibia to see the sand dunes in Namibia. I have been to Egypt to see the Great Pyramids. Africa is simply amazing. And we have huge tourism opportunities and potential. The only challenge is that it is segmented. We need to synergize our tourism product so that those who travel to our continent can sample our tourism products across national boundaries. And it begins with us as Africans putting our tourism destinations as number one. Before you imagine going to Dubai or going to somewhere in the US, please imagine going to somewhere in Africa. We have great tourism potential. Further, it is imperative for us to liberalize the service industry by pursuing accelerated conclusion of the Africa Continental Free Trade Area negotiations on trade in services. That is business, communication, financial, transport, energy, and tourism, in order to facilitate the growth of tourism and accelerate the expansion of the COMESA economy. I also believe that we can be much bolder and fully embrace the spirit of integration and the unity of our people and configure a regime of modular tourism packages, which entail complementary products in different countries designed to spread value throughout the region and offer an incomparable experience to all our visitors. This is exactly what I was saying. I thank the Secretariat for directing our attention to these important matters and facilitating a highly rewarding and long overdue conversation on the opportunities we can unlock through joint effort. More than ever, I am convinced that we have an unprecedented opportunity to transform COMESA one sector at a time and to lead our people to prosperity in a region defined by opportunity, by unity, and most importantly, by collaboration.